In this video, we're going to talk about the things you need to know if you want to change your career. So, like I said on my first video, I had 10 plus years of experience in the BPO industry. And for so long that I became part of the system where I struggled to pass the day-to-day metrics and all that stuff, I realized I needed to do something about it. And that's exactly what I'm here for today. I wanted to share with you guys what I went through before I became part of Cyberbacker. Okay, so you're doing the same job over and over and you can't find satisfaction to it. And you feel like you're stuck and you just want to get away from it. At nasabi mo na rin ba sa sarili mo na you don't have a choice but to be stuck in that job that you once loved? Now, here's a little mindset shift that may help you turn this challenge into an opportunity. You always have a choice. Now, if you find yourself on a fight or flight mode, or kung nagiging reactive ka na sa mga bagay-bagay, take all the effort to stop yourself and think before you can do something irrational or something na ikaka-regret mo sa huli. Then, once you're past that initial emotional response, have a little conversation with yourself and ask, what does this situation is telling me? Now let's jump to the steps that you may want to take if you're ready for a career change. Ready? Okay, so step number 1 is to assess yourself and list down your interests. For example, you always wonder how you can make people's lives easier using technology. Maybe you like developing applications or apps. Now, kung numbers and data are your forte to figure out a solution, baka pwede sa'yo yung data scientist career. Do you like solving problems using designs or visual arts? Maybe graphic designer can be your path. Do you like teaching and helping others? You could consider counseling or mentoring. Can you persuade people with either writing or speaking? You can probably succeed in the copywriting business. Marami pang lists of interests that you yourself can think of. Just write it down on your notebook. Talk to yourself kung ano ba yung nakakapag-excite sa'yo and what keeps you engaged. Okay, so step number 2 is to list down the skills you want to develop. But before that, if you have a notebook with you, get one, and then sa isang page, make 2 columns where the first column is for the skills that you already have and then the skills you want to develop on the second one. For example, sa column number 2, under the category of communication skills, you want to develop making presentations, negotiating, influencing, facilitating a meeting, and many more. For self-management skills naman, baka pwede mong pag-aralan yung time management, self-awareness, or stress management. But for now, I highly suggest to start developing skills for your self-improvement because this is going to be your edge when the time is ready for you. And as for me, I started developing my communication skills first because that's where I fall short before. It's one of the reasons why I went back from being a quality analyst to a customer service representative. I had a picture in mind where I'll be somewhere doing something big, pero it was, kind of blur pa lang noon and I followed my intuition. What I did may be demotion for others, but I saw it as a preparation for something huge. And of course, I made sure na I was compensated well din, di ba? Sabi nga nila, there is always a trade-off. I just chose the right trade-off for me. Step number three is list down what you will value over the next 5 years. These values should align with what you value and your employer or your business partner kasi magkakaroon ito ng impact sa mga magiging decision mo in the future. When I started working at the age of 19, sobrang newbie ko pa lang noon and all I wanted was to learn and earn at the same time. So I valued education and financial security. Sunod lang ako sa mga turo ng trainers, TLs, and other bosses. Now, you may also encounter intimidating colleagues and sometimes yung iba, may inis ka na lang. Yung tipong, you don't feel the vibe. But that's okay. Just move on. Don't make a big deal out of it. You're working because you have a goal. And also the reason why I would like you to list down what you will value for the next 5 years is because, what you value currently may not be what you will value in the future. Let's say habang bata ka, what you value is the education you want to learn, you want to gain experience. But over the next years or habang tumatanda tayo, for sure what you will value will change. You may want to value more the job stability and the financial security. And that's the reason why I would like you to list that down on your notebook. Step number 4 is to write your ideal workplace. Imagine yourself working in an environment where you think you could focus or work efficiently. Is it a conventional workplace? Ito yung typical structure ng office job na may tradition, routine, well-organized, and yung may structure talaga, kumbaga. Now, kailangan dito masunurin ka. You're obedient and you follow all the rules, okay? Now, if you're more on the creative side of the business, then you may want to, consider the artistic environment. Ito yung may mga freedom of expression, creativity, aesthetics, and such. Examples are design work, theater productions, creation of art, you name it. Or maybe your ideal work environment is social. This is a people-focused type of environment. It revolves around teaching, listening, and understanding people. Kung mas na-enjoy mo yung makipag-social interaction, maybe you can be successful sa mga consulting companies or you can start your own consulting company as well. Why not? Now, if you are not happy with your current work environment and it is affecting you on a personal level, it might be time for a change. Now that you have all the list, it's time for you to build your network. Network with the right people and join networking events. I know, just thinking about it takes a lot of you, just like me at first. And let me tell you a story about this. It's funny because I joined a direct selling company where the business model is multi-level marketing. Yes, in short, MLM. But I gotta give credits to my mentors there because without them, I wouldn't be able to see it for myself that I can talk to people, that I can do networking myself. And they also never failed to lift my spirit up whenever I feel, down. And I had a good experience with that company actually. It's just that I know it wasn't what I'm destined to do. It's just more of a tool for me to unlock what I am capable of. So yeah, thanks to that company. Now, when I say join networking events, hindi lang po ito yung MLM na sinabi ko ha. There are different kinds of networking events out there. I'm talking about communities of like-minded people. And let me give you an example. Have you heard about Rebel by Erwan Youssef? Because he and his team created this app and it's for, fitness enthusiasts. And they were also able to build a community of like-minded fitness people. I think they also have Zoom events where you can work out kasabay nila. And that, my friends, is what I'm talking about when I say join networking events. Now, a word of advice here, ha. When you build your network, don't just call them whenever you need help. Make sure to meet them on another kind of events, or just simply go out with them for a coffee get together. Or you can greet them on, you know, holidays or special occasions. Just make them feel that your presence is there and that you genuinely care. Now that you have all these figured out, it's time for you to execute your exit plan. And on my next video, we're going to talk about the steps I took and the mistakes I did when I resigned to my previous job. I hope you learned something new today, and don't forget to have a good day.